Hello, happy people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, taking the first short story in the collection of 10 that I posted recently for you folks. It's called An Infernal Bargain and Other Stories. And this is the first short story. Also, it's the name of the collection, An Infernal Bargain by D.M. Ritzlin, who's the guy who founded DMR Publishing. And this is made up. This is actually free if you subscribe, so you don't even have to spend money for it, but it's only an online copy. I knocked it out Friday. And it was about like a half an hour. I'd actually reserved like an hour and a half, but it read me like 25 minutes. I'm like, so now I'm like, the rest of my hour and a half, the hour and 5 minutes I have left. That's crazy. They don't have page counts, and so I figured it would be a longer short story. It wasn't that sort of thing. Now, this is never published before in this stuff. And again, I'll link it to in the comments below where you can reserve it for free by subscribing to their newsletter. So you can just go ahead and read it, but it's actually not in print. Just as a heads up. So there you are. So what's happening in this short story? No spoilers, but basically the idea here is that we have a guy who's coming from a barbarian and a sword and sorcery style world. And he feels a little bit like a canoe guy. He's only cold. He doesn't wear rarely close comes with clothes. He's got big burly people. His people are big and burly too, and so forth. And then he's cast away in a sea and so forth. He'll wind up on a boat with these one-eyed bird-like things. He'll flee from them, and then he'll wind up on an island into even more and more dire circumstances. And that's basically it. What happens in the island is about like the last 20 about the last half or maybe the last 60% of the short story and so forth. So I'll leave it to your imagination of what winds up happening and that sort of thing. But definitely feels like a nice little fun beginning to this thing unpublished too by the guy who made these things, and also he's the editor of this collection to DMR for you folks, and so that's DMR Books. So there you are. So I think it's nice. It's a nice opener. The combat scenes are fine. They're not the best, not the worst. I think the combat scenes themselves are about 7.5, and that sort of thing. It's fine, and its length is not too long. It probably is a little not long enough, because I figured I probably could have made it a little longer, but I'd rather be left wanting more than think, oh, it's way too long. So I'm going to be giving this a 7.5 out of 10 for you folks. It's a nice opening. It's not the best short story. It's not the worst short story I've ever read, but it is my first time by D.M. Ritzlin for you folks. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read it? So what did you think about it? I'd be happy to talk with you about it more in the comments, but we'll try to keep it spoiler free and that sort of thing. I know when I posted my collection was going to be getting published here soon, a lot of people said, oh, I've already read that. So I'll be happy to see what you think about it. So we can talk about that now appropriately. Alrighty, so there you are. So that is An Infernal Bargain for you folks. I definitely love it, and I think it's hilarious. So there you are. And so that's by D.M. Ritzlin, the first thing I've read by him too. Alrighty, or it could be a girl. I mean, DM could be a female, so I don't want to assume that's a guy. So I should just use these either he, her, or them. So I apologize if I'm male named. Alrighty, so there you are. If you like this video, there's going to be a lot more videos coming. I try to do 3 of these reviews a week of older things in fantasy like this one, or science fiction, or horror. So a lot of those things get posted right now, and these older things. So please hit the subscribe button, or just watch them and check them out if you're already subscribed. And then hit the bell icon to be notified of my videos. I also do a few other 4 videos a week that aren't in those 3 reviews of older video games or war games and Dungeons and Dragons things, modules, movies, or serials on the forgotten serials, and so forth. So I also try to do those things too. All this older stuff tells you that's where the passion of this channel comes from. It's also where its title comes from too. The worst thing about new books. It's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept you from reading the old ones, right? It's the photos, more stuff you might have forgotten about. And there you are. I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it in watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives. We're pulled in so many different directions, right? So it affected you. Spend this time with me. That's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate it so very, very much. Thanks again, and have an amazing day.